Welcome to clickmyproject.com. This is our title: Minimizing radio resource usage for machine-to-machine communication through data center clustering. And this is our abstract. While clustering communication has been considered as one key technology for wireless sensor network, existing work on cluster for formation predominantly takes a pure graph theoretic approach with the goal of optimizing the performance of individual machine. Since the radio resource available for M2M communication is typically limited, yet the amount of data to transport is large, such resource agnostic and data agnostic clustering techniques could lead to suboptimal performances. To address this problem, the constraint M2M, and that is machine-to-machine network, by prioritizing the quantity of overall data, the performance of individual machine, we first need to formulate optimization problem to minimize the amount of radio resource needed for supporting two-tier cluster communication. We then partition the control and counter cluster formation subproblems and propose algorithm for solving the problem. While power control can optimally solve for any given cluster structure by proposed algorithm, cluster formation is an NP-hard problem. Hence we propose anytime guided stochastic search algorithm to find reasonably good cluster structure without incurring prohibitive computation complexity. Compared with Bayesian approaches, our evaluation results shown that data center clustering can achieve noticeable performances gain by selecting only important machines and forming a cluster structure that can balance the radio resource usage for the two-tier. We therefore motivate data center clustering as a promising communications model for this instant M2M network case. IoT has been evidence that a huge amount of machines will be installed and the interconnection in the near future to facilitate better living experiences for human beings through various M2M machine-to-machine applications such as home automations, neighborhood surveillances, intelligent transportation, and smart energy, different from conventional wireless sensor network. In many of these M2M applications, machines are not necessarily limited in the form factor, processing capability, and energy supply as most sensors are. To effectively support large-scale M2M communications, therefore, several standardization bodies for next-generation communication systems have actively investigated mechanism for machine-to-machine communications. This is a project flow. First we will be having a data from cluster, in which we will be getting a input data as a file or a folder from a node which is been in a cluster, and then we will be using a radio resource. The radio resource is a medium through which wireless devices can be able to transmit the data between the two devices. And then data center clustering is used to optimize the radio resource if the radio resource has been have too many data to transmit between two devices. And then optimizing radio resources need to be optimized for every transmission of data, because we need to transmit the data in a radio resource, then file transmission over the cluster, and the radio resource is used to transmit data from one cluster to another cluster, which means a group of machines from one cluster to a single machine to another cluster. This is a project demo. Just right click on the home and to run file. We'll be getting a first screen. Minimizing radio resource usage for machine-to-machine communication through data center clustering. This is just our title. In start, in this frame we need to create a cluster. First we need to create how many clusters we need. I just create 4. In this cluster 1, cluster 2, cluster 3, cluster 4 has been get created. In this next I need to create a number of nodes in each clusters. In cluster 1 I need 2 nodes. I just create node created, node 1, node 2. In cluster 2 I need 3 nodes. I just create node has been created like this. In cluster 3 4 nodes. Then in cluster 4 I need 5 nodes. Nodes has been created. Next I need to optimize the cluster for deducting a transmission between two good clusters. For a data transmission, it would be in a data security way. For this, for that I need to select a source and destination from a cluster which has been get created already cluster. I used to select a source from cluster 1. My source node is node 1, and I need to select a destination also. For destination has been selected from cluster 3. Destination node is 7. You can see the node 1 and node 7 as a source and destination. Then we can able to transfer our files using radio resource, so that I am using radio resource here. Cluster has been optimized. Then we need to transfer a file, right? So that we should pick a file before transferring. I just choose a file. In this I have a text file called as mobile computing. In this I am calculating the file size, because file size plays a major role in the, because larger file size can't easily able to travel in a radius, so that we are calculating file size according to the file size. The file has been sent to the radio resource or a data center clustering. In this file size is a 5 KB, so that I process the file which sends to the data centric clustering. In this I am just importing a file to the data centric, and then while clicking the data centric I just get a data centric output that the file has been saved in SQL as it's need to get into the radio resource. Now you can see that radio resource available for 60%, so that we can able to transfer our files. And just I click radio resource for transmission. Click OK, and then in this file transmission I can able to see source node 1 and node 2. For this practical example, I have just created a directory for node 1 and node 7. In node 1 there will be a file which has been picked here, and node 7 will be empty until we click on a send button. We can just see through this. Here we will be having a node 1 containing a file, and in node 7 there is nothing. Then while clicking on a send button, successfully sent. Now if you look on that node 7, you will be getting a same file, so that file has been sent successfully. Then in this we can also able to get a message that file has been get centered or been not delivered at all. For that, just click on get. You will be getting a file which is being sent to our destination node. Then we will be representing a graph at a final which represents the radio resource availability made use of data centric. I just created it. Click here. You'll be getting a graph like this. Before using data centric, our radio resource is available only for 20%, but after using a data centric, our radio resource is available for 60%. Thank you.